We're here in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the HyperX Arena, located at the MGM Resorts Luxor Hotel, the center of esports entertainment. A venue fitting to discuss one of the most electrifying, talented, entertaining, and outspoken fighters in all of boxing today. Two-division world champion Teofimo Lopez has had his fair share of memorable moments inside the squared circle throughout his 7-year professional career. We're gonna take a look back at some of those memorable moments that define his nickname, the Takeover.
Teofimo Lopez!
Very few people can put on a show in the ring quite like Teofimo Lopez.
Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! Oh my God! Oh, he's got him hurt. Look at Lopez firing away. And right. A knockout in the first round and a backflip.
This goes down within the first minute.
Down goes Mandalay. And there it is! Look at this finish from Teofimo! The Takeover! Teofimo Lopez!
Hey, Christina.
Good to see you. Here, sit down, have a seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You ready to get this started?
I am. You know I stay ready, just like you.
Ditto.
You know, it's only fitting that you and I get ready to have a conversation like this. I've been sitting ringside in the front row, able to watch your entire professional career. Now we're gonna sit back on this big screen and take a look at some of your most memorable moments, some of your greatest hits, and there's a ton. We had to narrow it down for the sake of television. Let's pick it up, May 12th, 2018, Vitor Freitas. It's Madison Square Garden.
This is Teofimo Lopez Jr. getting to fight here in the Garden against Vitor Freitas. Very few people can put on a show in the ring quite like Teofimo Lopez.
Here you see the speed of Lopez early.
Freitas goes down within the first minute.
What a shot.
This fight is over. Teofimo Lopez with a backflip and a victory.
Teofimo Lopez!
Coming into this fight, knowing you were fighting in the big room, growing up, being a New Yorker, being from Brooklyn, like what was kind of going through your heart, your head, your mind when you were walking out here for this one?
Well, this one meant a lot to me, you know, and as far as just the magnitude of it all, you know, you could definitely taste the history behind the Mecca of boxing and the Mecca of Mecca in Madison Square Garden. So when it came to it, I needed something to stand out from the bunch, from the rest of the fighters. And what did we do? We came up with a Fortnite dance to cross over, and we did Take the L. And
the Take the L dance, yes.
Yep, and oh my goodness, did that really go viral? It sure did.
It sure did. And how did you get to that moment? Well, that's because you knocked him out in the first round. You talk about wanting to stand out on the undercard. What did you see on that punch? Did you have a feeling coming into it that you were gonna just be able to go in there and dominate so you can get to that dance?
Well, to be honest, you know, I always, you have to have confidence. It's confidence over cockiness always. And, you know, I knew I had to do everything, and I trained so hard. So it was like, we're going to win this fight. You know, it's just what's the results? And, you know, I measured him up, and, you know, boom, I waited him to come in, and I threw a right hook, hit him right behind the ears, so hit him right to the equilibrium, and then that's all she wrote. Couldn't get up.
Threw that 7?
Yeah, we threw that 7. There you go.
Let's move on to the next highlight. Mason Menard, December 8th, 2018.
So the buildup is finally over, and we are set for boxing. Teofimo Lopez and Mason Menard. Lopez lands a right hand, and he comes out wailing away with a big right hand and a good combination.
Might be early nights.
And right. And down goes Menard. Oh, my God. A knockout in the first round. Teofimo Lopez. Welcome to the big stage.
We're back at Madison Square Garden, but this time in the theater, but it's Heisman Trophy night. What were your thoughts coming into this fight on Heisman night?
Well, actually, prior to this fight, I'm coming off of an injury. I broke my hand. I broke my right hand, and I had to do surgery. So coming back, you know, I wasn't too sure, so I had a lot of jitters, you know, a little bit. And I just had to measure him up in that time and listen to my coach. And he just said, he's done, he's done. And I just came, started going back to the body, tricked him up, and then came right back up top. And honestly, on the way down, it looked like he did the Heisman pose himself.
That was a monstrous right hand. If you were gonna test your hand and see how it felt,
right?
Mission accomplished. I think it felt pretty good, at least coming from you. I don't think Mason Menard would say the same. But
no.
That knockout went absolutely viral. After the knockout, he freezes, falls, and you hit another Fortnite dance. Did you know you wanted to double back on that again?
Oh, yes, I had to. I mean, most importantly was that, you know, if we kept the momentum starting in the year, we got to finish it with a banger. And not only did we do the Fortnite dance, we also did the Cristiano Ronaldo scream and pose.
Yes, that's true. And then Carl Moretti comes in with the Kyler Murray jersey. He had just won the Heisman earlier that night. You put the jersey on and owned Heisman night that night.
Oh my goodness, did I ever. You know, it was such a memorable moment. I won't ever forget this moment right here.
All right, many more moments to review with the Takeover Teofimo Lopez. Stay with us. Welcome back to Teofimo Lopez's Greatest Hits. We pick it up now February 2nd, 2019 at the Star in Frisco, Texas.
He's in against a veteran, a crafty veteran. Good test for Teofimo Lopez. And here we go. Teofimo, straight right hand. Another right hand. Another right hand. Yeah, down he goes. Thunderous punch by Lopez. Lopez trying to finish the deal. Lands the right hand. And the bell saves Magdaleno. So let's see if Lopez picks up where he left off the end of the 6th round. Lopez with fire in his gloves. Big right, left combination. And Magdaleno still standing. Down goes Magdaleno. Oh my, what a knockdown. That's it.
What do you remember most about this fight? Your thoughts?
Well, you know, Dallas Cowboys, everything's bigger in Texas, and I knew that this is my way of collecting more people at the same time and taking over. And me and Diego Magdaleno, actually, kid you not, we had beef, or at least I did. I did not like his interviews actually leading up to this fight. And I just I gotta make this guy pay. You know, and I knew that he was a solid dude, a tough contender. He's tried so many times with world titles, and leading up to this fight, I knew that I had to prove my footing in the sport of boxing.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because this is the first time you kind of took a big step up in opposition. He was a former world title challenger, I believe 2 times over before the moment you got into the ring with him. So kind of through the beginning of the fight, after the first round or two, what's your pops kind of telling you and what are you feeling there?
Well, you know, I already seen that I downloaded all his program, their game plan, and that right there, I adapted. And I was like, okay, now is when I get to figure out what else can we do. Started measuring up, and then by the 4th, 5th round, I mean, they should have stopped it by then. And I see that they're not stopping it. I need to knock him out. That's the only way that we stop this fight. So I just started taking my time a little bit, letting him get a little more comfortable coming in. And then by that time, I hit him with that check hook. And when I saw that his eyes rolled back for a second, I just put the next one all the way in, all my might. And that's all she wrote, really. And I just started doing the dance. I started doing the Fortnite. And I got a little controversial a bit afterwards because, That's what happens when you piss me off.
You must be referring to the shovel, because there was the dance, there was a flip, right? Of course. And then it was the
shovel. Put them in the dirt. And a lot of, you know, I got a lot of stuff from it, especially from a media team and all that from Top Rank. But you know something, you know, it's a fight. You know, we did hug it out afterwards, and we were showing sportsmanship. You know, it was great to see that. And just the colorway and everything. I support football to the max, and as you can see, I had the Lombardi trophy there, and what better way with the colorway of the Cowboys.
So what do you think? You get the knockout in the 7th round, you do the celebration, but what did that feel like, and where did you feel like this particular knockout, where you wanted to go next?
Well, to be honest, like every time we do something like this, it's such a relief because you know you secured the win. So now you get to celebrate, you can finally breathe a little bit. But what it definitely showed me was like I'm no longer a prospect. I'm a contender ready to fight for a world title. And that's, I think, every person's like goal when you climb up the ranks in the sport of boxing, and especially in the professional league. And little by little, you know, we worked our way and climbed the ranks like a true champion that we are. And we really doing what we're doing.
Well, I think you had some foresight there, knowing that this is the fight that's going to make me from a prospect to a contender, because it was later that year, as we get ready to look at our next moment, December 14th of 2019, you're getting that coveted shot at a world title.
The IBF lightweight champion, Richard Commey, Teofimo Lopez, as we are underway from New York. Shot by Lopez, and Commey is on spaghetti legs here in round 2. The champion is hurt badly. Can Lopez do it? He has 2 minutes to work. Big right hands. He's got him hurt. Lopez, Brooklyn born, coming here to Manhattan, looking to make magic. And there it is. He has done it. Teofimo Lopez delivering on everything he said he would. At only 22 years old, the incredible power of Teofimo Lopez. He does it again.
Yeah, this was a tough fight. A lot of people counted me out going into this fight. I'm the contender. You know, I had a rough performance prior to this fight, and you know, this was everything for me. This was right here solidifying that this is what I worked hard, so hard for, and what better way to win your first world title than in the Mecca of boxing of Madison Square Garden. I mean, this right here, forever in my life, honestly, was the greatest moment. I don't think anything beats this moment. We could talk about these other fights next, but this one, yeah.
How would you describe it?
Yeah, a lot. Touched me a lot. It just shows me that I'm here to stay. You know, I'm not here to go. You know, and that was it. You know, I faced so much adversity coming into the ranks. Me being an asthmatic kid, me fighting through those things, and at a young age, at 6 years old, it's what a champion does. He fights, and to come up victorious, especially against a world champion like Richard Commey, a great fighter, so to speak, and a true humble person outside the ring, I wouldn't have wanted no other way.
Being able to come into the ring, Madison Square Garden, once again on Heisman night, a night that you made yours, and to become a world champion. That's what
Well,
dreams are made of.
That's what dreams are made of, and that's why I love boxing. That's what a fighter does. That's what a true champion does. He faces every tough opponent, everyone that counts him out. You know, climbing up in the amateurs, we had this thing where we called ourselves against all odds. And I'm really living that all the way to this day of era right now. And wow, like this right here.
You can't stop watching it, can you?
I can't. And look, the jersey, LSU, Heisman night, Joe Burrow, number 9. And my favorite number is number 9.
You took a deep breath right there. I mean, you could tell that you were emotional as you're sitting here. You can tell that you were emotional there in that moment and how much winning that world title meant to you.
And on top of that, you know, what meant me more was that we were aiming for a fighter of Vasiliy Lomachenko. And Lomachenko had mentioned that he will not fight me unless I have a world title. And this is what we mean by climbing up the ranks. You know, we had to beat the champion to finally face the greatest champion of Vasiliy Lomachenko.
All right, more on that fight and more when we come back after the break. Welcome back with the champ, Teofimo Lopez, going over some of your greatest hits. And before we went to break, we were talking about the fight, the knockout, and your first world title win against Richard Commey. And after that fight, enter into the ring, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
It's Lopez, it's Loma, it's winner take all. Let's do this. Oh, left hand comes in. Oh, and Lopez with success here. Oh, he's got him hurt. Look at this. Teofimo Lopez on the go against Lomachenko.
Well, Lopez has definitely won the first half of that round, put on a great exhibition of power, speed, skill. Let's see if he can close the show.
It boils down to these moments right here.
Power surge by Teofimo Lopez in the 12th round of a very, very close fight that will head to the scorecards to decide it.
For your winner by unanimous decision, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez!
A star is born tonight. Teofimo Lopez just beat Vasiliy Lomachenko.
What were you feeling?
Oh, you definitely, the tension was intense. Oh my goodness. I mean, they call him the Matrix, they call him high tech, they call him the #1, arguably best fighter of the era.
It was almost a tale of two fights, right? When you look back at the tape, the way you started the fight, the first 6 rounds, you were working your jab just beautifully. You were going downstairs to the body. A little resistance, kind of little response from Loma through the first half of the fight. How were you feeling kind of through the first 6 rounds?
Well, through the first 6 to even leading up a little bit more in the half, you know, I felt confident. I was like, okay, he knows, he respects my power, he sees my cue, my IQ is sharp, he knows that I'm figuring out his fundamentals as far as it goes with footwork. And to the fact that it was so quiet, you could hear the commentators, you could hear a little bit. Obviously, we're hearing our coaches back and forth, and leading that, getting closer, I slacked up a little bit because I got bored. I got bored because for me, it's all about the audience. For me, the more, the merrier, you know, and I go off of energy like that. So this was the different maker as a mentality standpoint. You know, 23 years young at that time, the second youngest undisputed world champion after Mike Tyson, and the first youngest in the 4-belt era of history in boxing. This is what makes champions. You face challenges, and to even have a champion like Lomachenko stand up and aim for undisputed, kudos to him.
Well, also, another thing that makes champions is being able to finish strong in those championship rounds. In that round 12, you landed 51% of your power punches, 98 punches in round 12, the most Lomachenko has ever been hit. What was that moment like for you went out there and you took it from the champ in that 12th round?
That's why they call it championship rounds. I saved a little bit for that 12th round, and I let it all out. And not only that, it's all about baiting. Get him comfortable in the 11th round to now finally get him where I need him. And that's what we did. And the moment he started getting there to the 12th round, coming close, I said, finally, I got you. Bam, bam, bam. Started just throwing all the punches I need to, and we solidified the win. And that's what a true champion does.
How did that moment feel in comparison to winning your first world title against Commey?
Oh, man. I think with this fight, the difference between the Commey and Loma was that Commey is the first, and nothing's ever like the first, because that is where it started. With the Loma, though, was the one that got the momentum. That's the one that really solidified and showed, like, we're here. And this is what really showed everyone the takeover.
After Lomachenko, some adversity happens in your career, some changes were made, and in 2023, the opportunity at a new weight class to once again become a world champion. Enter Josh Taylor.
The Teo chant has gone up here at MSG. Here we go for the world title. Taylor and Lopez. And there's a left uppercut that comes in from Teofimo. Oh, and the headshot combination sends Taylor back against the rope.
Mean shot from Teofimo Lopez.
Oh! That lunging shot. This is the Teofimo that everybody fell in love with stylistically on the way up, on his rise to become a world champion.
Taylor has no answers for the flavor, for the skill, and the power of Teofimo Lopez.
Oh, he sets him off balance. Two-punch combination.
And here comes Lopez.
Right hand comes in from Teofimo. Look at this finish from Teofimo.
And new WBO lineal junior welterweight champion of the world, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
Madison Square Garden. Ring Magazine once again. Some people don't get to fight for it ever. Here's the second time you get the opportunity. When you got that call getting ready for Josh Taylor, I mean, you knew it was on. No hesitation, I'm sure. You worked yourself up to that opportunity.
Oh, most definitely. You know, I had to climb my way back up, you know, and that's what we did, you know. And Taylor, oh my gosh, like, I kid you not, one of the biggest dudes I've ever faced in my career. I didn't know he was that big because we never got to really size each other up front, you know. We had all the security guards blocking us and thinking that we were gonna punch each other in the face prior to this fight. You know, and I knew that this was another event for me, like the Lomachenko, and this was my opportunity to show again that I belong here.
I mean, if I were to sum up this performance, it was like a throwback Teofimo Lopez performance. You looked happy in the ring. You were dancing in the ring. You were throwing beautiful combinations. You found your rhythm early. How would you describe this fight?
Having fun. Having fun. You gotta have fun in this, and that's what I miss, you know, and I believe that's what I'm gonna show moving forward, you know. And I know one thing, no fighter has ever faced a fighter like me. Ever. You know, and I showed it that night on June 10th versus Taylor. You know, can't take nothing away. He had a lot of pressure on him, and so did I. You know, we fought at the theater, and we hit the highest gross in boxing history at the theater. You know, that's another historic made. I think that we don't get a lot of props for it. It's former undisputed versus former undisputed, two undisputed guys going back and forth in two different divisions. And, you know, I was just playing with him. I really was. I was flying, you know, jabs that you never see. Like, I shouldn't be hitting you with that kind of jab, you know, flying jabs. But it's because you just don't know what I'm gonna do next. You just never know what I'm gonna do next. And that's what it's all about. You know, that's why I love boxing. You know why? It's so universal. You can do anything and everything because you never stop growing. You know, the moment you stop growing is the moment you should quit. You should start, and you should quit. So, you know, body shots. I didn't want to stop him, though. I did not want to stop him. I wanted to show everyone that night my skills. I did not want to stop him. There was a point in time I could have stopped him in the 9th round, and I didn't. I just carried him all the way to the 12th with me. But as a true champion that he is, he will go in. He's not gonna quit on that stool, and that's what I respect mostly about him. And I can see why he beat a lot of fighters. Tough competitor. Very tough. I already know I'm great, you know, but I'm back now just to add the EST at the end.
Well, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you so much, my friend, sitting here discussing your career, life. Let's do this again sometime.
Yes, we will do this again.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys for watching us here at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas and looking back at some of the moments that made Teofimo Lopez a household name. We'll see you next time.
The Takeover!